We have an eye tonight on Billy Buckner. Buckner 2-4 with an ERA of just a tick over 7. He has been great on the road. He has really struggled here at Chase Field.
It's kind of been the going theme for a couple of the starters, John Garland as well as Billy Buckner. First pitch strike, though. That's always a good way to start your day there, Darren Sutton, with a nice strike. Get the confidence going, don't you think?
Get the confidence going, get the hitters in action. Get them attacking the baseball, swinging early in counts like that. And that one is lifted into left field. Easy chance for Parra, and Gerardo puts it away. Sean Figgins is erased. .330 batting average goes down. It's Parra, it's Young, it's Upton. Good to see CY back out there. Reynolds, Drew, Lopez, and Tony Clark. Billy Buckner pitches to Luke Carlin, who starts for the first time for the Diamondbacks. Switch hitting catcher, who the one thing we have always known about him is he can catch and throw. That's what's kept him around professional baseball.
Yeah, he's a defensive specialist. Anything he does offensively is certainly gravy. Another first pitch strike.
When guys are marginal guys, when they don't have blow away stuff, that first pitch strike is so important. When you're throwing 88, 89 miles an hour, look at the difference in his career. First pitch strike, first pitch ball. Simply put, everything becomes more efficient, like that changeup.
It's a good changeup.
This is Meiser is Turris, part of an offense for the Angels that is hitting a little bit more of late. They are finding their legs under them. And out front, another changeup popped up. Carlin comes right back out, does a nice job. He had called for it as they communicated. Reynolds banged into the back of him. Had him way out front. Boy, Carlin hopped right back from behind the plate, spun around, and was under that ball.
Just right up the chute it goes. Carlin sprints out, turns his back, makes the play, and takes a little glove to the back of the noggin there from Mark Reynolds. Billy Buckner is the traffic cop there, the pitcher. He's the traffic cop saying who he thinks should take the ball. Evidently, he didn't blow his whistle loud enough.
Well, I'll tell you, last night we had a magical moment here in the ballpark as Omar Vizquel picked up another base hit in what has been a fabulous career, and for Vizquel, career hit number 2,678, all-time Venezuelan leader. And on that list in the top 5 is this man, Bobby Abreu. And Mark Grace, one of the first times I had a chance to speak with Bobby today, that's the first thing he asked me about. What was it like last night? It had to be an honor to see it. That's how proud they are of one another.
Well, they should be.
Bouncing ball. And in time for the out. Very good stuff out of the gates for Billy Buckner. All right, Jared Weaver. Time for you now to clock in.
Well, Darren, I think you're my homeboy.
Oh, I got you.
And vice versa.
Very interesting. Well, we appreciate the support. Let's take a look at the starting lineups. Brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Have a thought on those signs in a moment. First, it's Felipe Lopez, Stephen Drew, Justin Upton. Mark Reynolds did it again. A multi-home run game. It was last night. Para, Young, Tony Clark, career home run number 250 last night. Luke Carlin back in the big leagues and starting. And Billy Buckner. Jared Weaver ready to go. This young man is just getting comfortable in the major leagues. His 92nd start. He is a big winner. 42 and 22 overall. This year, he is 7-3, Mark Grace, with a 2.53 ERA. But he's greeted by Felipe Lopez, who promptly singles into center field. Lopez has that average now up over 300.
He had a tough night here last night. He had a size 6 collar, 0 for 6 last night. Felipe just promptly bangs the first pitch he sees into center field, and off and running are the Diamondbacks.
They're certainly on. It'll be interesting to see if they're off and running, as you said, overall on the base pads. Because in his career, Weaver, 57 stolen bases against, 14 thrown out. It's a pretty good move to first, but if you get going, you can grab it. And for Lopez, a guy who used to count on for 20-plus stolen bases a year. I know he had leg problems earlier. That hasn't been the case this year. The other thing he is a fly ball pitcher, so there's not the sense of urgency with regard to the double play. Only 2 rolled up all season.
He's also a guy that's got quick feet. He's a good athlete. He's got a good pickoff move, but he's also a guy that's slow to the plate. So he is somebody that, if you get a decent jump, you will be able to steal bases off of Jared Weaver.
Runner on the move, throw down, as we were saying, a stolen base by Felipe Lopez. Studied the scouting report they did with Kirk Gibson, and he just cashed in early. That's good to see.
Well, Felipe gets a decent jump. And once the throw from Jeff Mathis is high, Lopez is in easily. That's how you have to beat guys like Jared Weaver. You can't just sit back and expect to hit 2- and 3-run homers off of him. You have to beat him with small ball, a single, a stolen base. Now, if you're Stephen Drew, you got to find a way to get him over to third base.
Way in at third is Figgins. Drew takes low, 3-0 the count. Well, statistically, it's simple. I mean, he just doesn't give up hits with runners in scoring position. The opponent's average 151 with runners in scoring position against Weaver. Productive outs. This is what we're talking about. That's low. That is ball 4. Stephen Drew draws the walk. And now with Mike Scioscia looking on, here is Justin Upton. 325, 14 home runs, 45 runs batted in. The first time I walked into the skipper for the Angels office today, he asked me about that man. Tell me about that.
Can you
What's
blame
it
him?
like to see him every day?
And what was your response?
Electric. He's only 21. He still is learning, which is scary for opposing teams.
Well, that's a great win. He's been a lot of fun.
A lot of fun.
And Darren about jumped out of the booth once he saw Justin square around to bunt.
Drive that ball.
Drive it in the gap.
Into the gap.
Maybe hit one in the seats.
1-0 the count.
Darren likes that American League game. No bunting around here. Swing it.
Outside, 2-0 the count. So far, not a real strong start out of the gates for Weaver. And it's getting to the point where you have to say 2-0 on your best hitter. 2 runners on with nobody out. It's time to cash in. Time to take advantage.
You pick one pitch in one spot, and Justin Upton knows what that pitch is. If he gets it, swing it with bad intentions. Good pitch to the outside corner.
How about this in interleague play this year? That's 22 hits in 12 games is what that is.
It's been pretty doggone good against some good pitching. Kansas City runs some good starters at you. Seattle runs some good pitchers at you.
Couple of runners on the 2-1. High fly right field.
That's not going to get it done. Not going to move any runners up, and it's also when Justin Upton sees the replay. Oh my goodness, that is belt high right down Broadway. Justin couldn't do anything with it. Ouch.
A productive out, Mark Grace. You talked about this earlier this year. A successful sac bunt, advancing any runner with no outs, driving in a base runner with the second out of the inning. The Angels, they lead all of Major League Baseball in productive outs. Major League average is 32%. They're at 39%. The Diamondbacks a tick below at 30%. Productive outs.
And that's why there's 6 games over 500 and playing good baseball, because when they do make outs, somebody moves up.
That pitch is away. The Angels have led the league in this statistic in 02, 3, 4, 5, and 7.
Well, we preach about it all the time. If you're going to make outs, move somebody up 90 feet. That's why I hate the strikeout. I hate it. Because, well, you're not moving anybody up. You're not putting any pressure on the opposing defense. That's why I hate it. I hated striking out.
2-0 the count. That one is away. Mark Reynolds having a big month of June with regard to long balls. Albert Pujols has 10. Ryan Braun has 7. And right in the middle is Mark Reynolds. Mike Butcher, the pitching coach, out to talk to Weaver.
Well, leadoff base hit, a 4-pitch walk to Stephen Drew. A 2-0 count on Justin Upton. He got away with a hanging fastball to Justin Upton. And now a 3-0 count here on Mark Reynolds. I'm sure Butcher probably just going out there and just saying, hey, take your time, relax, make some pitches.
A 2.53 ERA in the American League this year.
That's really, really good.
He went to Cal State Long Beach. The 3-0. That's out.
Weaver saying it is. Lance Barksdale, the home plate umpire, say, yep, it sure is. It's 2 4-pitch walks here for Jared Weaver. Well, now you just have to take advantage, Darren Sutton. You have to plate at least one in this inning. Because Jared Weaver doesn't have innings like this very often. And he's not going to have many of them tonight. So you've got to take advantage when he does. When he hurts himself with walks.
Popped up. And that one heads into the seats. Rattles on around.
And a lot of people might be thinking, why would you swing at the first pitch? The reason you swing at the first pitch right there with the bases loaded is because it was right down the middle. That was something you can do some real damage with.
The third best earned run average in the American League for this right-hander. And that breaking ball is nubbed foul. You were asking, why do you swing?
Because it was center cut right down Broadway. That's a pitch you hate to let him get away with, because what happened? The very next pitch was a good changeup. Now he's in a hole 0-2. That's what hitting is, man. When you get a mistake, you just have to take advantage.
Chased away. Fastball high. And Parra goes down on strike. So 2 outs, and now Chris Young. But first, one more look.
Now, what led to it, Darren? It was that first pitch fastball that he let him get away with. And he chased a changeup down in the dirt and then chased almost a pitch out right there. So Jared Weaver trying to get off the hook. And Diamondbacks have done a good job of letting him.
Parra in 20 games in June, hitting just .213 after hitting .319 in about the same time span in May. Ward getting out. Now it's up to him to make the adjustment. Wrecking ball to Dandy. Strike one to Chris Young. Speaking of adjustments, Young made one a couple of weeks ago in San Diego. In his last 15 games, he has 15 hits and 12 walks, an on base of .450, and a slugging nearly .700. That one is popped up out in front of that breaking ball.
Boy, Darren, the Diamondbacks have really let Jared Weaver off with some mistakes. Justin Upton missed a 2-0 fastball in the middle. Watch this hanging breaking ball. Goodness gracious. So needless to say, Jared Weaver one strike away from pitching out of a monster jam. But it's not because he's made quality pitches. The Diamondbacks just really have done nothing with some mistakes.
Justin fly to right, had a couple of runners already out there. Reynolds walked, and then Parra struck out. Bases loaded. 0-2 the count. Nice job behind the plate by Jeff Mathis. They speak of Mathis and his defense. He's a guy that's never really hit at a high level in the major leagues, but boy, can he catch. And he will share time at that position for Mike Scioscia, former major league catcher, with Mike Napoli, and boy, can he hit.
Yes, he can hit.
Bases loaded. The 1-2 spoils a good fastball away. Now that was a good pitch.
Yeah, those are the ones you're hoping to foul off. So those ones in the middle of the plate, we saw it with Parra, we saw it with Upton, we saw a hanging breaking ball there fouled off from Young. Those are the ones that you put 2 and 3 runs on the board with. But still got the big strike left. See if Chris Young can get another mistake.
The 1-2 pitch. He got it. And the Diamondbacks let Weaver off the hook. They leave the bases loaded here in the bottom of the first. Think about it, but it's been discussed all day, every station you turn to. Our McDonald's text poll, the best Michael Jackson video of all time. Billie Jean, Beat It, Thriller, or Black or White. A, B, C, or D to 74499. The legendary, the king of pop, especially in our generation, Mark Grace, Michael Jackson.
An icon. And I'm going to have an E.
Oh, you're adding.
You want to be starting something.
Ooh.
That was big league.
Very big league. As that one is low. I will tell a quick story, and then I will say what I would vote for, because it carries generation to generation. Yesterday.
And by the way, rest in peace, Michael
you bet.
Jackson.
And this is why I wanted to share this story. These guys are young, a lot of them. I mean, Justin Upton's 21. Torrey Hunter, you know, you get on the high side. Maybe you get a guy my age in the late 30s. But you get most of them in their early 20s. In the clubhouse yesterday for the Diamondbacks, in the batting cage yesterday for the Diamondbacks, 2 separate sound systems. Batting cage for the Texas Rangers. Clubhouse for the Texas Rangers. A loop of his greatest hits being played in all 4 places.
Really? Awesome. Well,
by the players, it's not, they choose their music.
He was 5 years older than me. He passed away at the age of 50. I'm going to be 45 in 2 days. And so I grew up as a young boy with the Jackson 5, and moved on into, Michael Jackson, you know, from Off the Wall, and then on into the video age, you know, with Billie Jean and Thriller. As that one's gobbled up by Mark Reynolds. 4 up, 4 down so far for Billy Buckner, looking sharp. But you know, I just don't know. This guy, we lost an icon. We lost the modern day Elvis Presley.
I think that's exactly right. For my children, that's exactly right.
I mean, the modern day Elvis Presley.
See, I was a generation behind Elvis, but still revered him,
well,
because
we both were.
Everyone talked about him. The parents, the grandparents. Well, that's why I would vote for Thriller, because my children love it. They love watching that video, and they're in 2nd grade and 6th grade.
No, it scared me. I got scared of Thriller.
0-1 the count to Juan Rivera. Bouncing ball, and Juan Rivera right back through the box, hitting .306. That will go up. And so Rivera with a single into center field. That's what you do. Stay back as long as you can. You ever have a chance to see him in concert?
I never saw him in concert, unfortunately.
You didn't have to, as much as he was around and how talented he was.
Yeah, and you know, he's one of those guys that just, man, he did stuff before it was cool. He made stuff cool. You know what I mean?
That one is away. I remember maybe junior high, maybe freshman year. I think junior high. Went with a bunch of us, and a friend's mom drove us to Dodger Stadium to see him, and it was the victory tour.
You know, and as he got older, obviously things started happening that, you know, put him in a negative light. But I choose to think of the guy that thrilled the world.
And the reason, again, we mentioned it, folks, and talk about it for just a moment. It's been discussed all day. We know there's a ball game here. Is in 4 spots where you can listen to music in both locker rooms and batting cages yesterday. That's what was being played, and I think there's some significance to that. 3-0 the count to Kendry Morales, because you can speak to the fact, being a longtime major leaguer, there's something about the marriage between music and baseball.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, yeah. Tony Clark's going to come have a conversation with Billy Buckner.
Musicians want to meet you guys. They want to hang out with you guys. Ball players want to vice versa.
That's why I'm fortunate enough to got to know a lot of musicians, because, you know, everybody's a Cub fan. So so playing in Chicago, they all came to Wrigley Field. You know, the greatest came to Wrigley Field.
Remember last year, Brandon had a chance to jam a little bit with Steve Miller.
How about that? Speaking of music, our buddy Todd Walsh, he knows a lot of musicians.
Yeah, he shames me.
Yeah. He knows a lot of musicians, great musicians.
3-1 the count on Kendry Morales. Looking for a ground ball here, get back in the dugout. Runner was on the move, anticipating a possible ground ball.
You know who else came to Wrigley Field a lot? Presidents. presidents
Goodness
came to
sakes.
Wrigley Field a lot.
You mean like
I was
presidents?
I was honored to meet President Reagan, the older President Bush, President Clinton, and the most recent President Bush. Haven't met President Obama yet. He's a friend of yours. He'll probably be dropping by soon.
He's going to be at the All-Star game. There's that one on the ground. How about that? He hit it exactly to the spot that Drew had vacated.
That's just beautiful baseball. I'd love to see more of it. Watch Stephen Drew. He's got to vacate. Watch Stephen Drew. He's got to vacate. There goes the runner. Opens up the hole. That is just beautiful stuff. That is Mike Scioscia baseball right there, which means that's winning baseball. Boy, when the hit and run works like that, it's just gorgeous.
The Angels lead all teams in the big leagues in the times that a runner reaches third from first when a single is hit. Simply put, first to third, better than anyone. And every year since '06, by the way, they do that.
And that's their staple. 90 feet is just so important, Darren. If you can get that extra 90 feet, it makes the job for Eric Ibar a little bit easier now that he's got a guy on third instead of a guy on second. You can drive him in with an out now.
Bouncing ball. Drew up with it. Everybody safe. A little bit of little ball and a whole lot of aggression. We spoke with Mike Scioscia before the game in helping us define the Angel way.
I'm proud of our player development staff. I think they do a great job of getting the guys ready to come up here and play in the major leagues. And I don't know if so much if it's an Angel way to play baseball. It's baseball. Baseball that I certainly learned in the Dodger organization. Your dad learned in the Dodger organization. You know, you learn in the Angel organization. It's baseball. It's fundamental baseball. But you have to bring it to the forefront and apply it, or it just becomes a theory, and we don't want that.
It's just a theory if it's not applied.
That's exactly right. And Darren, remember a couple of years ago, the Diamondbacks were down in Tucson. It was spring training, and Kurt Gibson was really, along with the rest of the staff, really emphasizing first to third, and they were just doing it and doing it. And then remember in April, they were doing it. They were going first to third. That one was just crushed.
Off the bat of Mathis, over the head of Parra. It's a race around the bases. They stopped the runner at third. A very nice job coaching at third base there, throwing up the stop sign. That ball was a rocket shot in the left field.
Well, Gerardo Parra got beat on the fly. He misjudged this bullet off the bat of Mathis. Goodness gracious, did he cream that ball. Parra, uh-oh, I got it. No, over his head it goes. And now it's turned into a big inning for the Angels. Boy, he didn't hit that ball like a 204 hitter, did he?
Not at all.
Manager comes out and talks to his pitcher. Says, by the way, this is a National League ballpark. You're going to have to help yourself here. And he's probably telling him what the squeeze sign is just in case. They don't have to know the squeeze sign, the pitchers in the American League.
That pitch is low, 1-0 the count. By the way, make no bones about it, Mark Gray says the play all came together. Jeff Mathis was going to be nowhere but on second base.
Well, he better. It went off the wall.
All right, down the middle, 1-1 the count. Taking advantage of the first to third earlier. Angels 57 times have gone from first to third when a single is hit. League average is 37. Arizona just 34. 1-2 the count.
Well, Jared Weaver needs to get that front foot stepping towards the pitcher rather than the third baseman. I think a curveball ought to do it here, Darren.
Luke Carlin will block it up or do his best to. Fortunate it hit Weaver there. That one nowhere close. Two to nothing, the Angels lead it. Billy Buckner here at home. An ERA of 11.90. 2.33 on the road. A chopper. Felipe Lopez throws, tags, fortunate to get an out there.
Going on contact and scoring the run. Nice play by Felipe Lopez to get the out at third base. But Ibar scores. Watch, going on contact. No play at home. There is a play at third. Nice tag there as well.
I think he was surprised the throw even came over there. There was no slide.
Yeah, you got to be sliding there. It's a good way to get hurt if you're Mathis. What another run for the Angels.
Figgins takes a pitch that dives away. 1-0 the count to Sean Figgins.
By the way, how about the American League pitcher helping himself with the bat by not striking out? Got a fastball in the middle of the plate, put it in play. A productive out, if you will.
Oh, I will.
We didn't see that in the bottom half of the first inning.
No, very disappointing inning. And what happens with a team like the Angels, a team that's fighting for first place every single year, is you let them off the hook, they grab momentum. They bottle it up and they use it immediately. As that one is away, 3-0 the count to Figgins.
Well, Billy Buckner had a great first inning, got a quick out here in the second, and boy, is the fun ended here in the second.
Outside. And to be fair, Weaver wasn't getting those corners either early on.
Well, that was clearly outside.
Meantime, in Arlington, Texas, the team that got no sleep, the team that drove through on their way home to a breakfast spot.
Yes.
Well, they are hosting the San Diego Padres and beating them 10-2 in the sixth inning.
They didn't need a day game getaway day, did they? Give them a night game and let them beat up on the Pods.
I think they were just mad.
Probably.
Ron Washington might have instituted a show up and play rule today. Get home, catch up with your kids and family for about 15 minutes, then we'll see you at the ballpark.
See you at the yard. By the way, I expect to win.
Shot down the line it goes. Weaver legging it out front. That rolls into the corner. Hustling right behind. Scoring easily is Figgins. Heading into third with the slide. Myceres Torres. And the Angels lead it over the Diamondbacks 5-0. What a difference an inning makes compared to the Diamondbacks and their opportunities and these Angels.
That's how you hit with the bases loaded. You get something in the middle of the plate like that, you don't miss it. We saw the Diamondbacks miss 3 good pitches to hit in the first inning with fellas in scoring position. Boy, every mistake Billy Buckner's made has been smoked.
Well, the big hits have come from the Riveras, the Ibars, the Mathises, the Isturises. Here's Bobby Abreu. As that one misses away, 2-0 the count. Very quietly, and obviously baseball people follow a little bit more closely, but very quietly, one of the more productive hitters in the game the last decade.
The numbers prove it. Been terrific. Always scoring 100 runs, always driving in 100 runs.
We talked last night about the honor of sitting up here and calling Omar's hit number 2,678. Well, there he is. 2016 all-time hits, Venezuelan born.
Yeah, Bobby May catching. This boy can hit. But The reason he may not is because he draws a lot of walks, Bobby Abreu.
Really patient, isn't he?
Yes. He draws a boatload of walks.
1,092 walks over the last decade. Only Barry Bonds has more during the same time frame. Bouncing ball on the ground into center field. He didn't try to do too much, Mark Grace. He took what was handed to him. He drove in his 41st run of the year, and the Angels lead it 6-0.
And unfortunately for Billy Buckner, he's getting his teeth kicked in here. And that means the bullpen's going to have to start getting loose. That's Blaine Boyer. This is impressive. Very impressive.
And now Torrey Hunter. Right down Broadway. 0-1 the count.
And Torrey Hunter's got an opportunity to do something, Darren, that no offensive player ever wants to do. He's got an opportunity here to possibly be the guy that makes 2 outs in 1 inning. I've been that guy.
Have you now?
Oh, yes.
You did.
It's not a good feeling.
It's not.
Nope. You make the first out of the inning, and well, you watch 8 guys just hammer the opposing pitcher. You get up there again, boobity boobity boobity. Here's another out. Yeah, boy, it's a bad feeling.
Rocket shot, rocket shot, rocket shot.
Oh, and by the way, this guy is a fabulous hitter too, so it happens to the best of them. Let's see if Billy Buckner can get Torrey Hunter. He's got him 0-2.
Vlad Guerrero has that hair tight and shortened up.
Yeah, we haven't seen that out of Vlad in a while.
Eric Ibar not as much as that one is away. Carlin does a nice job locking it up. 1-2 the count. Uh-oh.
What do you got?
He's getting after him. They're not messing with Vlad. Don't poke the hornet's nest.
I think Vlad's going to have so far he's going to have a nice easy night over there.
At least the first couple of games only a pinch hitter. That one is in. The runner goes, and it's a stolen base for Bobby Abreu. That's something else that he does very quietly, Mark Graves. How about 17 stolen bases this year?
And you got to love Mike Scioscia just keeping the pedal to the metal. Billy Buckner falls asleep on Bobby Abreu, who steals it easily. Now another runner in scoring position.
High fly ball deep right field. Torrey Hunter can touch him all.
Well, I think A.J. Hinch is going to have to mercifully get Billy Buckner out of this game. That's 8 earned ones. And Torrey, I don't think he wanted to make 2 outs in 1 inning.
I don't think so at all. Wow. A.J. Hinch makes a call to the bullpen. The Angels' bats were quiet in the first. In the second, they unpacked them.
box, and I think far too much attention is put on what a guy does in the batter's box. There's a lot of ways to help a team and to win ball games. Torrey does it out there in center field. Torrey does it on the bases. Torrey does it on the bench. Torrey does it in the clubhouse. Not a better player in the American League than Torrey Hunter right now.
Do you agree?
Well, if you include defense and leadership in the clubhouse, he's got to be in the top 5. I don't blame his manager for a little bit of bias.
That's a long way.
He's having an incredible season. And every fly ball goes to die out there.
Yeah.
Which is a big part of it. And if you listen to Mike Scioscia, it is a big part of it. As that one from Blaine Boyer misses in. You know what I agree with, though?
What's that?
I do like listening to as a manager empower him like that.
How can you not?
The 8 runs in the inning for the Angels, the most runs in an inning this year that they have scored. As that one is rolled out to third, Mark Reynolds makes the play. The Angels brought their big sticks. They unrolled them. Torrey Hunter, by the way, only made 1 out that inning. Well, our Brown and Brown, our power Chevy dealers, key to the game tonight. Make mine a triple.
Well, unfortunately, I think that's what Billy Buckner's going to tell some bartender tonight.
Last night, just to rewind, because we know you don't watch.
Innkeeper, make mine a triple.
Every moment of every game, we had the same key, basically. And the reason we had it was because the Diamondbacks have won just 2 series at home this year. Okay, if you can follow that. So to throw off my broadcast partner, I said to the guys, how about make mine a triple? He said, a triple? It's 7 o'clock. It's in game. We can't be doing that.
Be doing that.
So I said, no, it's about triple meaning 3, 3 meaning 3 series wins this year.
Right.
Oh, you said. I understand.
I understood that.
Tonight, make mine a triple. You can interpret it however you want, folks.
Thinking more in the libation area now tonight.
I'm not thinking any way.
I say, bring it on up.
I'm not thinking any way, shape, or form. I'm letting you decide at home. I'm letting Billy Buckner decide. I'm letting Mike Scioscia decide.
Water for our horses and make Darren's and I a triple. That's big league. That's big league key to the game right there, D-Sut.
2 nights in a row. How about that? Just keep coming up with the same key every night for you. Now, if I may weave in something that ties as Luke Harlan, the switch hitter, hits a fly ball back of second. If I may weave in something that actually does tie to the game in the series, You may be getting your doors blown off, and in all likelihood, a comeback victory is tough tonight. But you still want to win the series. You still want to make mine a triple. You still have to play with pride the next couple of days, no matter what happens in day one. And when that time I say make mine a triple, that means win the third home series of the year.
I got you. That makes sense.
That guy's going on Sunday. Doug Davis will go tomorrow. Or just make mine a triple.
Yeah,
you guys decide at home.
Well, I know where I'm going.
Boyer trying to eat some innings, so he gets to hit. 0 for 1 this year.
You know, with the off day tomorrow, we've got the off day tomorrow. So
you don't.
So maybe we can make it a triple tonight and be just fine.
You have to work tomorrow, pal. Day game.
That's right. That's right.
That one is low.
3 raspberries. Triple martini. No, gosh, can you imagine a triple martini?
The 2-2. Fouled off. We'll do it again. A 2-2 count. Unbelievable over there in the press box. What just occurred?
What happened?
It was lined right into our post-game crew. I mean, right into Ken Digger-Phelps and Gregson Frampton.
That looks like Jody Jackson over there with him as well.
Let me tell you what happened. They're over there. The ball was heading right to Digger. Heading right at him. He crawled underneath the desk, and Jody leaned across and swatted the ball. It hit Jody in the hand with Digger under the desk.
You're kidding. The former big leaguer.
Yeah.
ASU star, Ken Phelps.
Breaking ball, strike 3.
Digger, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. Nice going, Jody. Nice play.
Jody, well done. That's nice. Digger,
going,
that's
Jody.
terrible.
Gregson, terrible shirt.
From Fox Sports Arizona, D-backs Live, the post-game show. As you can see, Ken Digger-Phelps has somehow moved his way into the shot. He was sitting over there, but Jody Jackson is the focus of this story. Jody, what happened?
Oh, man, now he shows up. Everyone was, I mean, the ball was coming at me, so I sort of blocked it.
Your face is your living.
Wish well,
that's what Gregson said.
Badly, I guess. But, yeah, I wish I could say that I actually caught it, but I did more of kind of a block. So.
Ken, where were you? Ken, where were you?
I'm here to protect her now.
Now?
Yeah, I was over there.
That's embarrassing.
I couldn't get here quick enough.
Okay, why don't you go back to your seat?
She's got better hands than I do.
Okay, chivalry is dead, apparently, Jody.
What I want to know is they have no, it's like the ball's coming at them too, but they don't know what happened. They're like, well, what happened? You were sitting here.
You got a foul ball.
Yeah, I'll add that to my collection.
Pretty cool.
A few over the years, yeah.
When's the last foul ball you had?
A couple of years ago, I was sitting here talking to actually a writer for the Angels, and she and I were sitting down there, and a ball came in at us.
Do you remember who hit it?
I don't remember who hit it.
Miguel Delaney was the first one I had in the minor leagues. Sorry, guys. I just wanted to get to the bottom of this. Because
Todd, ask her, did it hurt?
Did it hurt, Jody?
It had to hurt.
A little bit.
The bare hand.
Sting?
A little sting.
Rub a little dirt. Wow, oh my goodness.
Well,
Are you okay?
It's not purple.
Terrible digger.
It's bright red.
Yep.
It's noticeably different than your left hand. That's all I have to say.
Okay, I guess so.
Why don't you hold this
I have
cup of
small
ice?
children, so a lot of things happen. You know, this is kind of
That's
not
nothing.
the norm.
Okay.
Or I mean, it is the norm, I should say.
You're eligible to play in the post game.
Oh yeah, yeah. I don't know about Digger though. He might be traumatized by this whole thing.
She's day to day, guys.
All right. That was absolutely embarrassing on Digger's part, by the way.
Yeah. And it was. I could hear him crying all the way over here.
Something about the press box and the fielding and the men. It's the women making all the plays.
Making all the plays.
Which we love. I have 2 daughters. Love that. You know, they love sports. They play sports. But usually when the men grow up, they keep some athletic skills. Yesterday was Steve Gilbert, fine writer for dbacks.com on MLB.com. By the way, you can see the highlight on dbacks.com of his gaffe yesterday. His drop.
Well, it really wasn't a drop. It was no participation. It was a dive.
Well, to take it a step further.
It was a dive and a screen.
Look, I've played ball with Steve in fantasy camp. He's a good athlete. He can play ball.
He embarrassed himself.
But he's not a former major leaguer. A longtime major leaguer like Ken Phelps.
Right. That's true. Well, it's tough to catch a foul ball when you got a fork full of carrot cake.
Did he get him? He got him on the elbow. So here in the 3rd inning, an inauspicious start again for the Diamondbacks. There he is, Digger.
That's our guy.
Always listening before the show to Kenny G. Getting ready.
Likes Kenny G.
Absolutely. Silhouette. Yanni. Gregson listens to Oingo Boingo. There's the producer, Gregson Frampton. And the Pet Shop Boys.
Pet Shop Boys. Blast from the past. Gregson will break out some 80s.
Mm-hmm. Big DeBarge fan.
Old DeBarge.
Chopper, and it's a foul ball.
I know he's got Culture Club in his CD collection.
It's a bad night when you're talking about the press box.
Nice play, Jody.
Jody made a nice play. She's listening to Bread, 70s music.
Bread.
And, of course, tomorrow is 70s Day. And Jody really enjoys 70s gear, 70s music.
Jody was born in the 70s.
To come on out.
Jody might have been born in the 70s. I was born in the 60s.
Dress in retro style. 602-514-8400. Or visit dbacks.com.
Looking forward to see what you break out tomorrow down in the crowd.
Oh, you're going to like it.
Got some 70s, some lapels for us.
Even better than that, I'm going to wear my 1976. It's about your 7th year in the major leagues. Mark Grace jersey.
No. The powder blue.
0-2 the count.
Nothing big league about those unis.
The 0-2. Good looking breaking ball. There never is. And look, all we had to do, Mark Grace, was see one out from Boyer here. We've seen him on other teams. There's never been a question about Boyer's stuff.
Great stuff. Got a good fastball in the low 90s. Got a good breaking ball. Pretty decent changeup. Now his only problem has been location and throwing enough strikes. And you see he's gotten himself in trouble here in the top of the 3rd inning with a leadoff walk and then a hit batsman. Then he comes right back, gets a strikeout. Now Jared Weaver most likely up there to bunt.
That one is low. 1-0 the count. We told you Weaver 1 for 11 this year. Picked up his first major league RBI back in that big second inning. Unbeweaverable. Kind of a mouthful, but I like it. Drops down a bunt. The throw in time. He got it. Unable to move him up. Weaver ticked off with himself. You think he was ticked off then? How about his last outing against the Dodgers at home? The date, June the 20th. The opposing pitcher, his brother. And it was a tough, tough day for the right-hander. He went 5 1/3, gave up 6 earned runs. Mom and Dad, they walked right down the middle.
Well, they don't look like their dad, do they?
Isn't that the truth?
I mean, they both look just like Pops. Boy, he is a stud young pitcher.
So this year, anyway, at the Weaver family Thanksgiving and at the Weaver family Christmas, it'll be the older brother who can brag a little bit.
Probably make the young one go out and collect the turkey. Maybe have him clean it, cook
collect the turkey, and when he says, "By the way, I beat you, younger brother. I'm gonna go get some salt. Where do you keep the salt so we can get the bird ready?" "Oh, right next to my ring in the cupboard." On a backhand, in time for the out.
And can you go get me a drink, please? I beat you.
Make mine a triple.
Attaboy.
And Superstition Springs inbox. Triple hops brewed Miller Lite. I said triple hops brewed Miller Lite. Great taste, less filling. Glad to have you back with us at Chase Field. Mark Grace, Darren Sutton, Todd Walsh with us tonight as well. We trust that your week to this point has been a good one, and we hope you enjoy your weekend wherever you may be heading. We hope one of the stops is here at the ballpark. Day baseball tomorrow, day baseball on Sunday. And this team will vacate the premises for a while, so get on out here. Up to Cincinnati, the Queen City they like to call it, and then Denver. Very traditional Cincinnati-Denver trip. And then after the All-Star break, it's off to St. Louis and then Denver.
Huh?
The 0-1. Breaking ball, and it misses. 1-1 the count to Felipe Lopez. About just put Cincinnati and St. Louis together. Play 6 in Denver.
I'll do it. I'm with you.
2-1 the count. Felipe Lopez. Felipe, Singleton stole the bag back in the first inning, and my, did things look promising. Weaver was on the ropes a little bit. Almost seemed like he was turning up his focus meter early on, if you will. Walked the batter, drifted a bit while Lopez, who hasn't been running well, grabbed the bag. And then before you knew it, as he draws a walk, it was bases loaded, 1 out as Upton had flied out. Well, then Parra and Young both struck out.
And did that maybe shift some momentum
There's no
over
doubt.
to the Angels side?
There's no doubt.
Yeah, 8 runs worth of momentum. All because this guy pitched out of trouble. Didn't make great pitches necessarily, but yet got the outs. And that's all it takes for a good team to pounce on a team that's in last place.
Stephen Drew was 7 for 14 in the Texas series. And he takes a pitch in. The count 1-0.
Darren, you're a former pitcher. Your father, one of the greatest. Did your father ever talk to you or maybe give you advice when pitching with an 8-run lead early in the game, or maybe a huge lead early in the game?
It's funny you would ask that question because we have talked a lot, and the answer is yes. He did. Some of his pitching coaches. Great Marcel Latchman, longtime Major League pitching coach. Learned a lot from Marcel as that one is in. Howie Gershberg, my minor league pitching coach. They all 3 shared the same philosophy. Howie coached Frank Viola and John Franco at St. John's. That was Howie Gershberg was the pitching coach there. The philosophy is twofold. If you pitch in the bullpen and you come in and you're used to pitching intense innings, and you know how I feel about this.
Yes.
And you come in to get some work and the focus is not there, no excuse.
I agree.
You come out, you get out of a big jam, you sit them down 1, 2, 3, you get the 8-run lead, you pitch just like it's 1-0.
Okay, so there's no such thing as cruise control necessarily.
No, what you do though is you try to get more decisions early in counts.
Gotcha.
You throw strikes, you don't walk batters, you go 3-1, let's go, you're going to get something to hit.
I see. So a leadoff walk right there, now a 2-0 count. There's a reason why Mike Butcher came out to the mound.
Just dialing it back in and listening to Mike Scioscia before the game, he and his staff are not shy about openly pushing their guys, letting them know about their expectations. Mike will do it. Butch will do it.
No, that's the way it should be. That's why he's a great manager. That's why he's had the success that he's had as a manager.
It's very interesting how they have their pre-series, better said, because it's pregame but pre-series meeting. That one is drilled deep right field. Stephen Drew will touch a ball.
Stephen Drew got a fastball right down the middle. He didn't miss it. Boy, he just pounded it into the right field seats. That's what you're supposed to do with those mistakes. And listen to the sound. Goodness. So the Diamondbacks get a little bit closer, and that's the trouble with pitching with a big lead sometimes, Darren.
Let's see if Weaver gets that edge back now, as he throws an angry fastball high to Justin Upton. Weaver's a big guy, got a long wingspan, but he's not a guy that's going to throw mid-90s.
No, he still gets plenty of swings and misses on his fastball because he hides the ball so well. That's a hanging slider right there. Boy, Justin let him get away with it and got into the seats.
He could have gotten over there. Mathis lost it.
Yeah, he lost the ball
in dusk here this evening. He could have gotten over there, but he would have had to lean over that low rail. He's giving himself the business, but I think he'll be all right. If it bounces on that dirt, then you beat yourself up a little more.
I got it. I think. Hello?
The 1-1. Buried a fastball in. Torrey Hunter is there. does he hide the ball? I look forward to seeing this.
Also, watch how he throws across his body. You can't really see from this angle, but he steps more towards almost like the on-deck circle instead of straight at the plate. But he really uncoils. And that's just a lot of arms and legs coming at you. Like if a praying mantis pitched, kind of looked like that.
His brother's very similar.
See how he throws across his body? That one skied to left field. And they're having trouble.
He can't find it now. He says, I got it. Rivera for a moment lost it. Here's what we're talking about.
Across the body. Watch him step. Not right towards the batter.
Nowhere close.
Yeah, that's across his body, and that helps you hide the ball. And the Sky was hiding that ball from Rivera. Well, Mark Reynolds just missed it.
Was thinking the same thing. He really did. Breaking ball, pretty pitch. That's a curve ball. He's used that pitch a little bit more this year. Averages about 73, 74 miles an hour. Two and one, the count to Parra. Hey, don't forget, in the next half inning, A.J. Hinch, and have to give him credit for this. He is slated to join us. We sent down word as that one is lined to left. A.J., it's a tough night tonight. You can talk to us another time. He said, I'll be down. I said I'd do it. I'll talk to you guys in a minute. Even though you're down, you can learn for the rest of the ball game as a team, can't you?
No question. There's 27 outs for a reason, and we're going to play every one of them tonight. We're going to get a chance to see what we're made of and come back against a good ball club.
On a game like this, Skipper, you and Gibby really got to push these guys hard, or do you expect them to push themselves?
A little bit of both. I mean, it's 25 players. We have 6 staff members. We have a lot of people pulling in the same direction. So it's all of our responsibility to dig down a little deeper, and professional athletes for a reason, and our accountability is to play hard tonight.
Class act for coming down. Thank you, Skipper.
Thank you.
Go get him.
A live interview. He was spending time with, not to be reality TV folks, but this is what it is. He was spending time with Kirk Gibson for quite some time between innings and came down and said he would do it live.
You could just feel the emotion that he was holding back a little bit. He's not happy.
Yeah, there was an angle and an edge to his voice.
I like that. Accountability.
That one is sliced. It's hugging the line. That's a fair ball. Mark Grace, this is with our crew working hard. This is just before we spoke with them. Absolutely. And a quick glare from Kirk Gibson, I would imagine.
It's a man of his word. He said he would. That's television history right there. Live. Nothing taped about that. That was officially big league.
Boy, you nailed it. Just a tint to his voice. I can't find the right word to describe it. Abreu just slices it into the left center field. That one is down. Bobby Abreu hobbling around. Parra's got a good arm. He's in there. It's a double. And it's 9-2 Angels.
Fastball up. Rips it into left field. It's down. Now he's on his horse. Good throw there from Parra. And safely in is Bobby Abreu. And the beat goes on. Right back come the Angels. Tell you what I'm seeing out of the Angels tonight, Darren Sutton, I think they'd probably have their way with the big red machine. Maybe some of those 70s Oakland A's teams.
You can see the career that Abreu has had, the doubles, the runs scored. All those walks cause a lot of that with the runs scored. There's a point to what you're saying, I think, Gracie, because this is a club that will tell you, Mike Scioscia will tell you, my bullpen's not very good. The numbers back that up.
Right.
We haven't hit productively like we should. They lead the league in batting average, but timely hitting, Mike will tell you, it's not there, and the numbers will tell you.
Right.
But we still do things a certain way over and over and over again. Now, if you do that, then the guys start hitting, then the bullpen gets better. This is the result tonight.
And that's what you're seeing tonight. The Angels' way, or Mike Scioscia's way.
An occasional player or two. Mike was talking about a guy like Torrey Hunter. You heard it a moment ago. He's, for me, Mike said, the best player in the league because his bat, his glove, and how he handles the clubhouse for me.
Oh, also, the Angels, they've got a very good player by the name of Howie Kendrick. Howie Kendrick is not with the major league team. Howie Kendrick's down in the minor leagues. Howie Kendrick hit about 340 the last couple of years. Am I right?
Good player.
He was struggling.
They make jerseys with his name on.
Yeah, you're not. That's when you know you're pretty good. So, well, he wasn't playing very well, which is unacceptable to Mike Scioscia and the Angels. So he got sent to the minor leagues. This guy that was terrific for 2 straight years. And I think what happens there is that sends a message to the rest of these guys, Darren, that, oh yeah, you too. It can happen to you unless I start seeing some results, unless I start seeing things come around to my way of thinking.
That one to the right side and into the seats it goes. Howie Kendrick last year hit 306 in 92 games. The year before that hit 322. Howie Kendrick came into this season as a career hitter of 306.
Out. And that'll light a fire under some players. Wow. If I don't get going, I might be next. Well, they've gotten it going.
3-2 the count. 9-2 the Angels lead it. It's a bouncing ball out to short. Steven sets and fires. Torrey Hunter understands he has a role. He has a responsibility as well as a leader in the clubhouse.
it's a different game now. You know, you got the media, in the clubhouse, you got a lot of different things. You got a lot of first rounders who get a lot of money, so they come in with that ego like they've been in it 10 years already. So you got to kind of break them down and bring them to the side and tell them, hey, don't do this, don't do that. You know, try to respect this and respect that. And sometimes they might get, talk back a little bit, but you just give them a smack and they act right.
That's the best interview I've ever heard.
You'd like that.
That was big league. Torrey Hunter is now my favorite player. Yeah, there's a name or just a term used for those kind of 10-5 rookies. Guys with those are the guys that can squash a trade. Guys can nix a trade. 10-5 guys, 10 years in the big leagues, and the last 5 with the same team. Those 10-5 rookies, well, they don't really have a spot in the Angels organization. These bonus babies. Torrey and the rest of the veterans, they take good care of them over there. Slap them around a little bit. Get them, Vlad.
1-0 the count to Kendry Morales. As tonight, while this game is being played in Phoenix, Howie Kendrick wears a Salt Lake City uniform. A career .306 hitter coming into this season.
Well, this time of year, it's very beautiful up there. But if you're not playing well and not doing the things that need to be done, as far as Mike Scioscia is concerned, well, you'll be on the next plane to Salt Lake City.
And on a lighter note, maybe on that flight to Salt Lake City, you'll bump into Mark's good friend Agnes.
No,
Who is
Gladys.
Gladys. I'm sorry. Big Diamondbacks fan.
Gladys.
Thank you for reminding me.
Yes. What a sweetheart.
Three 3-0 to Kendry Morales. Right down the middle, 3-1. I thought you'd, for some reason, I guess it's 2.5 years now of calling games together. One night of introducing red uniforms is when it started with you and
that's
I.
That's when we met.
Something told me that you'd like that Torrey Hunter sound.
Oh,
something told me you'd like that.
That's one of my favorite.
Into left field it goes.
My other one was Ted Simmons. Those are my two favorite ones.
Ted Simmons, the manager's the leader. If that's not the case, you need a new manager. 9-2 the score. Mark Gray says after hearing that sound bite from Torrey Hunter, put some spikes on up here.
Oh,
he is ready to roll. 0-1 the count.
That was beautiful.
At some point this weekend, by the way, Torrey Hunter had some advice for Chris Young that will play. As that one is a strike. Don't forget, if a Diamondback home run hits the Gila River Casino's hit and win sign in the fourth, a lucky fan watching tonight wins $400,000.
$400K?
Yep. Victoria Cruzmark is our finalist. Gila Rivers Casino brings it to you. Hit it and win. That time out front. And in time for the out. So Young is erased. Well, I am told you are going to love this Aflac trivia question, Mark Ray.
Well, I'm sure you're wrong, but here we go.
Name the top 5 active pinch hit home run leaders. They must be active.
Okay. That's actually a pretty good question.
You bet it is. I knew you'd love it.
And which means I'm sure you didn't think of it.
I'm going to guess this man in the batter's box.
The batter's box definitely has got to be there.
All right. Stay tuned. Tomorrow's game will be on Fox.
Yeah.
That's not it?
No.
Who are the big home run hitting pinch hitters?
John Vanderwall.
He's not active anymore. He retired.
Oh.
I think he's playing maybe in the Jayhawk League somewhere this summer.
How about
NBC tournament?
Oh, Big Cliff Johnson.
And again.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's the all-time leader in pinch homers. Big Cliff. Oh, man.
How about, well, he hit a pinch hit homer the other night. Ken Griffey Jr.
Well, he usually starts. He's usually in the lineup, Darren.
Oh, that's
Superstar,
right.
Hall of Famer.
Friend of this show, though.
Very good friend of this show. Let's see. Oh, we got Tony Clark.
Just have a quick email I have to answer over my computer real quick.
Oh, yeah, I'll bet. Yep. He's going to the computer, folks.
No.
Just checking his emails.
Just an email. Buddy, I grew up in Southern California, so he's checking in on what's the score he wants to know. Oh, my. He belts it. TC. He got the start. That's not a pinch hit homer. That's just a bomb. And for Tony, career home run number 251. He wasn't far off, by the way, from the $400,000 home run.
That's a very good point. That ball is just scorched. Fastball out over. When Tony Clark gets those big telephone poles extended, boy, he just hits it such a long ways. That's on a line. And then let's get another shot of that. I want to circle that Gila River home run sign. I mean, it was in the neighborhood. It was in the area code. Let's take a look-see once again. And there's our sign right there. That's where you're trying to hit it. So it was out there in the neighborhood. Now, congratulations to Tony Clark for, along with Alex Rodriguez, hitting that ball in the pool.
No. Victoria Cruzmark, by the way.
Yes.
She is, her heart was pounding right there as that one sailed high and deep. Todd Walsh, what do you have for us?
Well, this is a great opportunity to promote the 10th inning on Sunday, guys, which debuts the next edition at 4 o'clock, because you might recall the story that was prominently featured in that show. Jay Bell and the $1 million home run that he hit 10 years ago in July.
Yeah,
for
unfortunately,
Guyleen Hoyle.
I wasn't here for that, unfortunately, but I still hear the folklore about that home run.
Jay, unannounced, showed up at Guyleen Hoyle's house for the show. They hadn't spoken in 10 years. Jay still maintains that was the greatest moment in his baseball career.
Carlin hits it a mile high. The Gold Glover camping over, under, and out. This is it, Todd.
High fastball.
I brought a clip.
Did you really? Look at the surprise.
There's Guyleen, and Jay didn't hesitate when we asked, hey, would you come over?
So Jay hit a home run, and that family won $1 million.
As the story goes, Guyleen had never attended a Diamondbacks game. They were living paycheck to paycheck. Won tickets on a radio call-in contest. Just happy to be able to take their kids out on a Sunday afternoon to a ball game.
Right.
Walked away with a check payable to Guyleen Hoyle, $1 million. Jay Bell was the 7th batter in the inning. 7th batter in the inning. And here it is against the Oakland Athletics. He swung at not one but 2 pitches that were ball 4 with the bases loaded, because he knew that if he hit a home run, she would get $1 million. It was announced.
Really?
Yes, he knew. He knew when he went to the plate that if he hit it out, he was putting $1 million into Guyleen Hoyle's pocket. It's an amazing story. We have a mathematician on to compute the odds of this event. It's the coolest story I've ever been involved in putting together, just to see.
Well, it's just listen to the story now. It's beyond cool.
$1 million. Paycheck to paycheck. Bought a car with that money, guys, as we go to a break. They were a 1-car family up until that day.
I look forward to seeing that
awesome.
show, Todd.
Can't wait.
TC, career home run number 251. I'll tell you, a great question. The top 5 active pinch hit home run leaders. I'll give you one more batter to guess. Now, we got Tony Clark.
Tony, we didn't get anybody else, did we?
How about Greg Norton?
I see the computer's out.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you know who still plays and I think is on that list? Matt Stairs.
Refusing to acknowledge.
Former Diamondback just kind of came my way. David DeLucci. I'm a big Marlon Anderson fan.
Boy, you stink.
The 0-1. Is that all of them?
Yep.
Can I say publicly how grateful I am to our good friends at Stats Inc.? I mean, what a fabulous job they do.
They do.
I'm just going to come right out and say.
Got that for you, huh?
Oh, no, I knew that. I just was holding off for a little while.
Oh, you knew all those, did you?
I just wanted to say that's a separate thank you from me guessing the questions. We were giving the folks at home a chance. I try to never guess early. 1-2 the count to Eric Ivar. Look out. 2-2. I mean, I wasn't going to guess Cliff Johnson or John Vanderwall or Glenn Allen Hill, who might have about 13 pinch hit homers. Nor was I going to guess Jeff Burrows or Champ Summers.
Champ Summers.
Greg Colburn is on that list in the top 25 all time.
Big Cliff.
He's all-time leader, my friend. 21. As Mathis waits. How can you not like Matt Stairs?
Oh, he's a great guy.
Love Matt Stairs.
Good Canadian boy.
That looks like Matt right there. Homer in a Dodger Stadium in the playoffs.
A bomb.
Just in time to get him. Nice play there by Stephen True. Well, again, here is the answer to the question, and Tony Clark on that list.
Good question. Hard question. Very difficult question. Tony Clark had one here last night. David DeLucci probably, I would imagine, all of those with the Diamondbacks. Boy, he had a bunch of them along with Colburn.
The hardest one that bounced around inside my head is ouch. That
right
hits
there,
Jeff Mathis.
Right there, that's like he was swinging at that ball.
Mike Scioscia points down to the end of the bench. Rick Smith, trainer, goes out to check on him.
I hope he's all right, but watch. I mean, it's almost like he swings at that, and it gets, you know what I mean? That ball was almost on the inside corner.
Yeah, his hands were almost over the wide of the plate.
I mean, that's almost like he's taking a swing at it, and it hits him. You know, you hope he's okay. Golly.
Taking a good long look at him. Eric Burns last night. This is a little different. A lot of different.
Yeah, he wasn't swinging at that one.
Mark Reynolds is in at third looking for the bunt. Let's listen again. Hear how much of the wood did we hear?
I don't think that was bad. I think that was him.
Yeah.
You can just tell from, hey, already got the x-ray. Yeah, he's just fine.
Well, that is a big league sign right there.
That was really good.
I'm sorry. That was an incredible sign. Eric Burns having minor surgery today to have the bone, fifth metacarpal in his hand, repaired. But that's a knowledgeable fan. That's a lot of time spent. Congratulations.
And we're going to give you your props.
Look out. As the disabled list, it was announced the disabled list is officially sold out. There's no more room left on the disabled list.
Standing room only.
The training room has been closed. There are security guards outside of the training room. The disabled list is closed now. There's bouncers and velvet ropes outside the training room.
No jeans, no hats.
Oh, no. I mean, that is unbelievable. Hamstring, valley fever, shoulder, back, oblique, shoulder and hand. Best pitcher, Although Dan Herron says, I have a little something to say about that this year, but co-ace, no doubt about it, and Cy Young Award winner and best all-around hitter for the last couple of years. And Connor Jackson, 300 hitter. Clay Zavada goes to work. Well, trying to take one for the team is Boyer. There he is. And maybe all we see of him this year with a baseball in his hand. Getting a handful of different opinions on that shoulder. Sean Figgins, 327 is his batting average as that one sails high. 1-0 the count. That one misses away.
Boyer having trouble getting it over the plate now.
Boy, since mid-May, this young man, only Ichiro's a better hitter. He is hitting .401 since May 15th. 59 hits. Ichiro the only one to have more. On base percentage of .461 over the last month plus. As we look at our Firestone leaderboard, the highest major league team average. Like Social will tell you, we're not converting it into runs like we should. That's not the case tonight, Skipper. Not at all. Speaking of skippers, the younger manager comes to the mound and makes the move. Boyer is done. Oh, you bet, Carr. With Ride Now Power Sports. Good to see it. There you go. You're on TV. Wave as they're enjoying it. And don't forget, the Angels baseball landed in there. That's great trick photography. By the way, if you have a pool at home, you know how to heat it. Use APS. Use their mastery of helping you get your home more green. In other words, as we take a look up to our rooftop solar camp, if you're able, install solar panels on the roof of your home. Folks at APS soon will be stopping by my home, by the way. Just thought I'd point that out to find out if it is or if it is not energy efficient. A little bit nervous. Nervous would not describe this man. Matter of fact, Mark Grace, not nervous at all. He has scuffled with inherited runners, but we're almost starting to look beyond that because this is quite a beginning to a major league career.
He's been awfully doggone good. He captured the attention of the fans with the handlebar mustache. He certainly captured our attention, Darren, with his quality pitching. He's going to need to be good here again, first and second with one out.
Bouncing ball. Yes! Boy, that's a foul ball. What an effort by by Mark Reynolds.
You love to see the effort. Down 9-3 on a foul ball. You see the effort like that. Pitchers appreciate that. So do managers. Hey.
So do bosses. Arte Moreno, Valley resident.
Yeah, good man. Very good man.
2-1 the count. As that one bounces in there. Have a chance each year, and it's my honor for the last 3 years around spring training time over in Tempe. Tempe Sports Authority puts it together. The Courage Awards. Wonderful, wonderful evening. And the Angels and Diamondbacks get together on that one. Arte Moreno is always in attendance. And it's the great athletes around the world, amateur, high school, professional, who overcome everything. Fight near death. Paralympic athletes. It's just a wonderful night. And I always enjoy seeing him there. 3-2 the count. That one is low. That's ball 4. That was an interesting moment right there. Figgins, for a moment, kind of flipped the bat away and then realized, that's not me, and went and picked it up and handed it to the bat point. He was frustrated. He wanted to hit. Kind of showed himself a little bit, and then immediately pulled himself right back together. Come on. Wait, you know what? That's not me. There you go.
Well, he's thinking it's 9-3. Zavada threw him a 3-2 changeup. And he's thinking, come on, man, challenge me. And then he realized, you know what? That's not the kind of player I am.
That was pretty cool right there. Did I see that right?
Oh, yeah. Clay Zavada. He also having trouble throwing strikes.
It's the kind of thing he's talking about. The kind of player you need to be. Not throwing strikes, but doing the right thing like was done there.
Or Torrey Hunter might have to slap him around.
He did say that, didn't he? I love that.
That's beautiful.
Mark Grace, that's an Arkansas boy.
Yeah, absolutely. You don't realize how big Torrey Hunter is until you stand next to him. As that one's whacked into center field. Chris Young's going to come in. There will be no play. So a big out off the bat of his stirrups. Baskin Robbins once made ketchup ice cream.
9 runs, 9 hits, and no errors for the Angels. They've stranded 3. The Diamondbacks, 3 runs, 3 hits, and no errors. They also have stranded 3. And the bases are full of Angels. Chock full. Bobby Abreu. Oh, and 1 the count. Those are pretty good numbers.
Yeah,
Mark
you
Grace.
think?
Kind of always the overlooked guy.
Why do you think that is, Darren? I mean, this guy has obviously he's put up huge numbers. He's won an All-Star game home run contest.
Well, in New York, it's easy to get overlooked.
Well, sure, but he was by far the best player on those Philadelphia teams he played with.
That's a great point. 2-1 the count. The Angels have given up 3 grand slams this year. They haven't hit any. 3-1 the count. And the count is 3-2.
Well, the bases are loaded. Everybody will be on the move with 2 outs. See if Clay Zavada can make a pitch here to the great Bobby Abreu.
Runners go 3-2 into right field. It goes, and the play is made by Justin Upton. Or certainly a night for the Diamondbacks. And, well, Gracie, we like to talk about being stuck in the tar pits.
Oh, yes.
Things slow down. Things are... They just ground to a halt. Doug Davis battles it. You know, the La Brea tar pit.
Of course.
You know, it's the only thing is worse than the tar pits.
What's that?
The Ice Age.
Oh, man.
The Dawn of the Dinosaurs. It's hatched in theaters July 1st. It's the coolest comedy of the summer. All you kids out there, get mom and dad. All you dads out there that are little kids at heart.
Did you see the first one?
No.
Great.
But you mentioned it, and on my way in today, I picked it up. So I'll be watching it tonight after the game.
You have to, because then part 2 wouldn't really make sense. Gotta see it.
Ice Age, Dawn of the Dinosaurs.
Promises to be big league. Promises to be big league.
I'm going to go see it. You know, the family's back in the Midwest.
You're just going to go see it yourself.
I got a buddy. His name is Ron Grolnick. Loves that movie. I'm going to take him. He and I are going to go see it ourselves. Oh, and 2 the count.
Half whack.
Grounded to his left. It's gobbled up and in time for the out. I'll tell you what. Tacos with arms.
Oh.
Kids movies.
Don't tell me about those.
Shortstop, Stephen Drew.
I'm told you can follow Ice Age, Dawn of the Dinosaurs in digital 3D, by the way, on Facebook or on Twitter.
I do both.
That's what I thought you'd say. Somehow I knew that's where you were going. Stephen Drew earlier tonight as we get back to baseball for just a second. 30 RBIs. That one has popped up. Mark Grace, a fabulous memory for you, because anytime the Diamondbacks score 6 runs or more, Taco Bell is giving away 3 free tacos with a purchase of a large drink between 4 and 6 the next day. This is not a proud moment for me here. Can we get some more lettuce on the floor, please?
Say, if you're not careful, you might get some in your mouth.
My goodness. Can we bring that back to the tape room, please, and maybe patch that up?
Like we said last night, some people fear heights.
Oh, that's me.
Some people fear of elevators.
Yeah, that's one of my other ones.
Airplanes, maybe flying. Fear of flying.
No.
But a lot of people fear clowns, Darren.
Oh, I do.
I happen to fear tacos with arms.
Mm-hmm.
And the arms were not very well groomed.
No. They look like they came out of the movie Ice Age, Dawn of the Dinosaurs. Justin Rock hits that one foul.
So evidently hygiene not really high on the list for tacos.
Certainly for the real ones, just not the mascot tacos. That's just a mascot.
Okay.
1 and 2 the count. See if Justin can do something special for his night. Got him out front. It's a spinning slider, and Justin for a moment walked and then realized I better get my tail down to first. He did. It's a 1-2-3 inning, and Justin 0 for 3. Doubt about it. We want tacos. You like the passion. You like the edge. You got it just a moment ago.
Oh, my goodness, did we get some edge. Another hanging breaking ball there. Justin takes a big rip at it. He cannot believe that he missed it. And you're about to see. That's a good thing to do. Cover your mouth when you have a little something to say, because you never know when a camera's going to be on you. It's 9-3. You think he wants it, Darren Sutton? Oh, he wants it. He's still stewing out there. Tell you what, I'm not saying talent-wise, because obviously Justin is just unbelievably talented. Put 9 guys on the field with that kind of passion, you're going to win a lot of baseball games.
And I would agree with you. He respects the game. He has total passion for winning. And when some of his mates might be mired in the mud, he manages to stay above it.
That he does.
2 and 2. Does that make sense?
Yeah, of course. And he wasn't being a dog there.
No,
he was so upset with himself. Then he realized he thought it was a foul ball. Then he realized it was pretty close to being fair. And he ran hard.
in just a moment unless Torrey Hunter hits a 4-bagger. We spoke with him, and the other thing we learned from Justin Upton is that he also respects, doesn't want to buddy with him, but respects his opponents. As that one is low, 3-2 the count.
Well, these Angels see a lot of pitches, don't they? They really make opposing pitchers work.
That's
work very hard.
That's a bit of a change, even during the winning years. That's a little bit something they've improved upon. Fly ball out to right field. Justin Upton is on the move. He respects his opponents. He loves to retire them. Here are Justin's thoughts on Torrey Hunter.
Anything anybody says about him is that, you know, it's 100% every day, wants to win, and just a team leader. You know, just the way he carries himself and the things that, you know, he does in the clubhouse to make sure that, you know, everyone knows that it's business when you get on the field, and he's just a great leader.
Now understand this. That was yesterday that he answered that question, having never spent more than a moment with Torrey Hunter. That's how perceptive he is. That's not a canned answer at all. He basically, Mark Grace, answered that question like he heard our soundbite from earlier, right?
Truly amazing. That's true. And, well, that's the kind of reputation that Torrey Hunter has around the league, around baseball. This is an American League Baseball player, has been his entire career in Minnesota and now in Anaheim. Yet Justin Upton, who happens to be 21 years old, knows everything about Torrey Hunter. He does his homework. I'll tell you what, he respects a very respected man.
1-1 the count. 1-2 the count. Now, all the things that we have heard from Mike Scioscia, all the things that we have heard from Torrey Hunter, 24 hours ago, Justin Upton previewed we'd hear those things.
And he was right on the button, wasn't he?
1-2 the count. Changeup and a dandy from Clay Zavada. The bio this season: 310, the homers, the RBIs, and 8 Gold Glove awards. Wall's a little bit harder in Anaheim, still padded than the glad bag he'd leap up against. He mastered the art in Minnesota of that.
He can take them from you just about anywhere.
Oh, he can take him from you. Just ask Barry Bonds, 2002 in the All-Star game.
You were in Milwaukee then, weren't you?
I was at that game. You bet. Tie. Ended at a tie.
Yeah. How would you have ended it?
I don't know what else you could have done.
Grab 3 players on each side, ones that aren't in their street clothes yet. Have a home run contest. Get 10. Let's say you get 12 swings between the 3 guys. 4 swings apiece.
It would have been fun. Bouncing ball, and it's gobbled up.
And there's your winner. And there's your home field advantage in the World Series. That's a big league rule.
Yeah, that part, it's not a big fan of. Torrey, if you just wouldn't have caught the ball, darn it. box, think outside of the box. They call it the Angel way. Go from first to third, Mark Race. Do all the little things.
Put the ball in play.
That's the pitcher.
With a runner on third and less than 2 outs. Then drive in a run. Steal some bases while you're at it. That's always nice to help you win ball games. And long balls don't hurt either, do they, Darren?
No.
Well, the Angel way through just over half of this ball game has been awfully impressive.
Oh, and 1 the count to Mark Reynolds. No balls and 2 strikes. The Diamondbacks, their last time at bat, spent 4 minutes on the clock.
In their last at bat?
In their last at bat, and they were retired. Actually, in the second inning, I checked that. 4 minutes in the second inning, in the bottom half. Ooh, breaking ball, that's strike 3. The Angels in the top of the second inning, 22 minutes.
22 minutes at the plate. That 8-run inning.
4 minutes in the bottom half of the second.
I'll tell you what. In football, that's called time of possession. If they ever have that in baseball, well, Angels are going to be good.
I think it's coming down the pike. That's a good idea. I think we should suggest that. Be a good stat to keep track of. Maybe sabermetrically.
No. But I will tell you this.
Yeah.
Isn't it interesting that baseball is the only sport where the defense has possession of the ball?
Yes.
Isn't that pretty cool?
It's very cool.
Just chew on it for a little while. Did we decide last night did we like that Shaquille O'Neal trade or not?
I don't know what the final vote was. Most people liked it.
Liked the trade?
Yes.
Of Shaquille O'Neal?
Yes. 60-something to 30-something, I'm told.
Wow. Hey, there's our guy, Thunder Dan. I see he combed his hair with a pork loin. You see Thunder Dan. There he is.
Oh, you can see him down below.
Yeah, I can see him. Somebody text Thunder Dan and tell him to look up here at us.
No way could that happen. You can't.
Somebody text Thunder Dan and tell him to look up at me. Look up at Gracie. Somebody text him.
Tony Clark with home runs in back-to-back games for the first time since 2007. A pinch hit home and then today. A 19th and 21st against Pittsburgh and Colorado. Good-looking curveball. Oh, and 1 the count. Tony Clark goes down the line. Runners on second and third. And good to see for Tony.
Kind of looking at Eric Ibar. He knows he got away with one. A cue shot. And you can see Chris Young. He's still hurting from. Yeah, he's still not running very well from the groin injury.
Here's Luke Carlin. 1-0 the count, 9-3 the score. No, not interested in looking up at us.
Come on, Dan. Look up.
Carlin drives it deep right field. That one heads toward the gap. But there is where fly balls in the gap die. In the glove of Torrey Hunter. AT&T, the nation's fastest 3G network. AT&T, your world delivered.
Defensive changes for the Diamondbacks. Moving from left field to center field, number 9, Gerardo Parra.
Esmerling Vasquez.
Alex Romero. And now pitching number 32, Esmerling Vasquez.
Hard throwing right-hander. He's starting to come into his own. Esmerling is his name. His teammates, though, they call him Shoes lately.
Well, you know, I've noticed that.
One of the better nicknames.
It's one of my favorite nicknames. Well, especially for Esmerling Vasquez. Just recently started calling him that, did they?
Verizon Wireless call to the bullpen. 5.40 ERA.
Took the loss last night in the 12th inning.
(9-3) the score. Shoes wheels and deals, and that one is in. 2-0 the count.
I'm going to have to get a close-up shot of those zapatos, to use his native tongue. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you have to call him Shoes when he wears those.
I would think so.
Those are fancy. Meanwhile, Shoes having trouble throwing strikes.
Alex Romero back up from AAA. Boy, he was really doing big things down there. Eric Burns goes on the disabled list. And Ibar, his Shoes will take him to first base after the walk. Want to remind all of you, start making plans now for the next bobblehead giveaway. The Chris Snyder bobblehead will be given away to the first 25,000 fans Saturday, July 11th. There they are. You can be one of 10 lucky fans to receive the special edition bobblehead autographed by Chris. Get tickets by calling 602-514-8400 or visit dbacks.com/Sunday. I think there's a text. Hang on. There we go.
Attaboy, Dan.
Well done.
We love you,
Grace.
pal.
Well done.
I'll tell you what, he takes in a lot of Diamondback games. He is a huge Diamondback fan. So he got the text.
Nothing to argue with about that, my friend. Someone who loves coming to the ballpark. One and one to count to Jeff Mathis. The 1-1. That one is away. 9-3 of the score. Torrey Hunter, an older guy, was talking about how things have changed with younger players. And a veteran, 251 home runs, and Tony Clark over there at first, manning the bag, established major league. Runner on the move, and that is a high fly to left field. That runner will have to get back and go stand by Tony, as Alex Romero is there to make the play. And Torrey, what he's talking about, I think, is this. Look at those shoes for Tony Clark. You can get those at a sporting goods store.
Yeah, those are more like Tony Clark. Yeah, that's what you'd expect from a no nonsense veteran guy. Whoa! Now that is fancy schmancy right there. You know who would probably wear shoes like that? Matt Williams. Don't you think Matt Williams he'd probably have his shoes like that, wouldn't he?
Nope.
Great point. Matt Williams wouldn't be caught 6 feet under in shoes like that.
How about this, man? Here's some shoes that are made for walking and digging into the batter's box. Vlad Guerrero, pinch hitter.
Oh, what a player. What a hitter.
He struggled this year for his stature. 277, a pair of homers, 13 RBIs. Will pinch hit in this series unless Sunday things change. Will not start tomorrow as well, as that one is high. Yeah, he got rid of that. He says, I'm having a tough year. I've had some injuries. Yeah. Cutting it all off.
Yeah, that kind of looked like Lennox Lewis.
What a career he has had. Angels fans just hope it's not coming to an end. An 8-time All-Star, a .323 career hitter, Mark Grace.
That's unbelievable.
He's only one of 3 players in the last 50 years to hit 300 or higher in at least 12 straight seasons. And because of the DH, which he plays almost exclusively now, Diamondbacks fans lose 4 at-bats per night. They will probably see him just once per game in this series. Angels so far tonight, they'll be just fine.
Just fine.
Buried a good fastball in on his hands. Young power, inexperienced power, certainly against a veteran who's been doing it forever.
Yeah, just 3 fastballs, one up and away, one up and in, and then right back in on his hands. And that beat Glady. Anytime you get Guerrero out, you're very happy with yourself because, boy, what a fabulous hitter he's been. Hall of Famer?
Let me study for a minute. Pull up the full complement of numbers, Mark Grace.
Okay.
That's a tough question to answer without just taking a peek. Kurt Zackler, our fine statistician, senior statistician in Stars up here. He says on the fence.
Without looking at the numbers, what do you think?
He's had a Hall of Fame caliber career.
I agree.
You bet. I got to look at him, though.
That's all I needed to hear. Why mess up a good feeling with numbers?
Oh, my. Flying and swiping the bag there. Goodness gracious.
Good jump there by Ibar. He goes in there hard.
Oh, it won the count. Just for the sake of discussion, I will ask you a question that maybe one or two fans thought. I would imagine most didn't. But with a bullpen that's one of the worst in Major League Baseball, the Angels, do you run in this situation up 9-3?
Absolutely. 7th inning. There's still 9 outs left. I don't have a problem with that.
And outs by the bullpen for Mike, they've been hard to get.
They've been hard to get. And that's where he's going, to the bullpen. Weaver done. I got no problem with that at all.
The Angels last year had one of the best bullpens in the American League. This year, it's surprising as veteran Darren Oliver, but not so good. An ERA of nearly 6 this year.
The loss of K-Rod obviously is a big loss.
Chopper on the back end.
Hey!
Just got him at first base. The runner is stranded. Still thinking about that Hall of Fame vote.
Second inning. Ken, let me ask you about the bullpen. After 12 innings last night and then Buckner going with just a short outing tonight, what does it mean for this bullpen going forward the rest of the weekend?
Well, they've got their work cut out. Obviously, it's going to take Doug Davis tomorrow to get deep into the ball game and give the bullpen a blow, because obviously they went to the bullpen a little early tonight.
Angels very impressive tonight. Guys, I know you've talked a lot about the leadership of Torrey Hunter. I understand, Darren and Mark, you might have a chance to talk to Torrey after the game.
Yeah, we will see. There's no doubt about that. We've heard from him a lot already, but we will see what the Angels need for their telecast. Obviously, that gentleman plays for the Angels. As that one is a strike. (9-3) the score. Ground ball and a foul ball.
Didn't get an effort down there by Chip Hale, did we?
No, that's true. How about this kind of rebuilding of a career over the last few years for Darren Oliver?
Bounced around for a while, and then all of a sudden, as a grand old man, found a home in Anaheim. He's been terrific.
Been at it, as we mentioned. This is a guy that was a starter, double-digit winner for Texas back in '96, '97. Pitched in Colorado in 2003, but reeled off ERAs in a couple of seasons of 7.42, 6.02, 5.04, 6.44, and then last 3 years with the Angels, 3.78, 2.88, and 3.19, Mark Grace.
It's awfully good.
And it's all been out of the bullpen.
A lot of cut fastballs. He was actually in Diamondback camp 3-4 years ago. Diamondbacks politely let him move on. He went to Anaheim, and he's been awfully good ever since.
Off the glove and into shallow center field. So Felipe Lopez has been on base 3 times tonight. FreeCreditReport.com presents our out-of-town scoreboard. Log on to FreeCreditReport.com for more info. Our good friends, Cubs and White Sox. That was interesting today on many levels. The Yankees and Mets, Alex Rodriguez. And then the Red Sox and Braves, David Ortiz. 7th home run this month. The Poppy. There was an incident earlier today with Lou Piniella and Milton Bradley. Bradley was asked to leave the ballpark by the skipper. Go ahead and shower up, get your street clothes on, and we'll see you next time. As Lou said after the game, he'll be in my lineup tomorrow. I'm not a big guy who's into punishment, but didn't want him here anymore today. Didn't see that coming. Little chirping to Lou Piniella, and Lou heard it and decided to come speak with Milton Bradley.
Well,
I thought you'd have a thought on that.
Well, Lou is. You heard his post-game press conference after a win, that is, and all the helmet slamming and all the water cooler bashing. Lou finally said, "That's it. Had enough. Take your uni off. Go on home."
So he left early.
Yeah, he did.
But he was told to leave early.
He was told to leave early, and he gave. And Milton wasn't really pleased with that. And there was a little bit of a shouting match. And then Milton went on home.
All right.
What do you think about that?
Well, you know what I think about that, my friend. What do you think I think about it? I absolutely love it.
I think it's big league.
Oh, yeah.
Woo!
Justin has reached base safely in each of his last 20 games. That's a hit or a walk.
So far, that hadn't happened tonight. 0 for 3. He's had some good pitches to hit. He's just gotten underneath him and popped him up. And he was fit to be tied last time because of it. And he slashes that one foul on a tardy swing.
Don't forget, by the way, get out the vote. Time is running out to vote for your favorite All-Star. Justin Upton is a young man who deserves your attention, no doubt about it. Hop on to dbags.com. Cast your ballot today. Vote exclusively at dbags.com. Voting ends Thursday, July 2nd. Vote for Justin Upton.
Certainly deserving. We got to make sure we get up to the Salt River up the top there early so we don't miss the ball game.
Oh. That game is on Big Fox. Gracie and I in our yearly escape from baseball. Gracie put it aside to go to Yankee Stadium last year. But back onto the Salt River, then down to Rocky Point. We're going to have a great time.
Get a 4-day break this year, so we'll have plenty of time to hit our spots.
We've extended an invitation to executive producer Mike Roth as well. Fox Sports Arizona. It is flagged under the bag. It is nice for Justin Upton. And that helmet feels it. brought to you by Southwest Airlines. They're ready when you are. Go to southwest.com, grab your bag. It is on. Glad to have you back at the ballpark. Oh my goodness.
What the heck is that?
Is that the gecko?
That's the gecko, yeah.
Is that the gecko? Oh no, what is that? It's a frog. I'm not sure what that is. Is that the ride now frog?
It is now.
Scott Schoenweiss, former Angel, where he began his professional career. Goes back to work against his old club. A lot of different names and a lot of different faces out there now. Oh, and 1 the count to Meiser is Turris.
Well, Darren, so far in this ball game, kind of lost in it is what a great job the Diamondback bullpen has done.
Yeah, you bet.
Billy Buckner got cuffed around in an 8-run second, and the boys had a pretty big hole in the dam that they had to stick their finger in. They've done a good job with it.
The numbers for Scott, who has a world championship ring as a member of the Angels in 2002. Back then, the Anaheim Angels. As that one is high. Began his career as a starting pitcher for Anaheim. After a bullpen stint in '99, started 27 games in 2000, 32 games in 2001, won 10 games in 2001. Bouncing ball, Stephen Drew. The lighter side, and that's been easy to embrace tonight in this 9-3 game as part of our Geico quote. It's from Tommy Lasorda. He said, when I made Mike the #1 catcher, the writers came to me and said, Steve Yeager said you make Socha the #1 catcher because he's Italian. I said, that's a lie. I made him the #1 catcher because I'm Italian. Our Geico quote.
Huh?
I kind of like that.
Oh, okay.
Here's Bobby Abreu.
Well, I think he made him the #1 catcher because he was better.
Well, there's no doubt about that. But Tommy Lasorda would never let a moment slide by without dropping in a quote. DC, that eats him up. And into right field it goes. Justin charges hard just in case.
That's going to have to go as an error. It goes right through the wickets with Big Tony Clark.
The bullpen tonight, 5 2/3 innings of work, 1 earned run. That is all. 2 hits allowed. With Gutierrez warming, that's what you're talking about.
Absolutely, they've been terrific. They've kept these Angels at bay for the most part for the better part of 5 innings now. 5 1/3.
Torrey Hunter, we talk about the offense. He is homer tonight. He's one of only 5 center fielders to have not committed an error this season. He has 8 Gold Gloves. He hasn't committed an error since August of 2007. 240 games. And the reason you pointed out, it's We talked about when Chris Snyder was active, the errorless streak he had. You still throw the ball. Yes, you can say, well, they just run and catch fly balls in the gap, and if they don't get there, that's not an error. You throw the ball all the time.
All the time. No, it also means you hit the cutoff man.
240 games.
You hit the cutoff man.
Al Kaline and Ken Griffey Jr. The only outfielders in the American League to have more. I want to thank the Minnesota Twins for that note somehow. Kurt Zacher.
Oh, the big leaguer, Kurt Zacher.
Loves Torrey Hunter. That one is low. How much does defense mean to Torrey Hunter? He's about to tell us.
I love defense, man. Hitting, it comes and goes. Defense should never go anywhere. And whenever I make a bad play or something, a ball I think I should have got, I've come in a dugout, I'm throwing things and everything. So when I strike out, Mike Napoli came to me and said, when you strike out, why you don't throw the ball, the bat, or anything, the water cooler? I said, because I know I'm a fail 3 out of 10, you're a hero. So, and defenses should never go anywhere, and I take a lot of pride in that.
He's right on the button. Once again. Another great quote. I still think he needs to get in there and slap somebody around.
You like that?
Oh, yeah.
You want to hear that again?
Yes,
so dinner is
absolutely.
on the docket.
I'll buy.
Taking a look ahead at what's going, brought to you by Miller Lite.
It'll be nice to break bread with Torrey.
So dinner tonight.
Well, tomorrow.
Tomorrow night.
Tonight it's past dinner time.
That's true. So
Tonight,
you're going to dinner with Torrey.
Tonight, yeah. Tomorrow is dinner with Torrey. Tonight is make mine a triple.
No, my friend, no. You have to work tomorrow.
Oh, that's right.
You have to clock in at about 7 bells here in the morning.
Yeah, our buddy Kenny Albert, he wouldn't appreciate me. No. Making mine a triple. No.
Kenny wouldn't like that.
No. Neither would our.
We know you're watching, Kenny. I'll keep an eye on it.
Neither would our good buddies Scott Gowan. Jeff Gowan. Scott Geyer. Jeff Gowan. Jeff Gowan.
Juan Gutierrez. Verizon Wireless call to the bullpen.
I think Jeff Gowan and I just might make mine a triple.
No, have to be up early tomorrow.
No,
5 a.m.
right.
crew call.
That's right. 5 a.m. crew call. I'll be there. No, I won't.
Nine to 3 the score. I think the most fun part for us tonight is to be able to ease a ball game in between the interview we've had with Torrey Hunter.
I think it's great. He's had a lot of very interesting, very articulate, and fun things to say. He has fun playing the game. He takes it serious, but he enjoys it. And he's really good at it.
Hot shot, Juan Rivera. They're racing on around with a slide and another slide behind. Another run for the Angels, and it's 10 to 3.
First baseman Henry Morales.
And the air comes around to score. The other thing that, in a little bit more of a serious note, and I think most of you folks know where this conversation goes right here, the struggles out of the gates for the Angels. Young men, some of them in their 20s, and a manager with about a decade of experience. To shake hands, to have a cold beverage with, to eat dinner with, get treatment after a ball game with, a pitcher after he pitches very well, and then he never is your teammate again, like Nick Adenhart. I can't imagine. None of us can imagine what it was like. You know, they wear the 34 on their chest in honor. And so a very normal human reaction to struggle through that.
Yeah, just won a ball game.
It was April the 9th. He tragically lost his life along with Courtney Stewart and Henry Pearson. And a fourth passenger did survive, sustaining critical injuries. Nick Adenhart. 2-0 the count. That one is slapped. That one is down. Henry Morales races around. 2-more run score. Running hard. It's a double. A pair of RBIs. Henry having a big night tonight. And that, as we said, 34 on their chest. They do their best to honor themselves and honor their fallen teammate. This was and before each start, including even tonight, the initials NA scratching to the mound by Weaver. When I spoke with the manager about it before the game today, he said it's not about us. It's about what we can do for his family. That's it. He deflected any and all emotions that might be going in there, understanding that there were, but all Mike talks about is his family. That's it. And there's no manual. There's no managerial manual.
No.
You can't, by coaching in A-ball or working in a front office, there's nothing that teaches you how to handle that if you're Mike Scioscia.
It's impossible. 100% impossible.
Bouncing. Oh, boy, look out in there. Scattered around. Rob Quinlan. Jerry Matthews bounces out of the way. They're all getting out of the way. Ron Renicke's coming to sit with us. The 0-2. Just got a piece of it. No balls and 2 strikes to count. Ibar, the young shortstop, been on a couple of times tonight. 1 for 2, a walk, RBI, run scored, though everybody's had offensively a good night for Los Angeles. Deep, these guys. Very deep. They have 9 players who have a fielding percentage of .960 or higher. 9 players that have 20 or more RBIs, and 9 that have scored 20 or more runs. The 1-2. Rocket shot into the seats it goes. Always pay attention now when you enjoy a ball game. I'll be paying attention tomorrow, Mark Grace.
Will you?
I gotta hit up somebody for some seats, by the way.
I didn't know there were UFOs around here.
Oh, you betcha. With the roof open.
Flying objects. Makes me a little uncomfortable.
The 1-2. A topper and a foul ball. Well, let's see. It's 12-3.
Yes.
It's a comfortable lead. And this is an at bat like the game is tied. For Ibach.
It's a very long at bat.
Putting it on him. One and two the count. The 1-2. Just got a piece of it.
Another foul ball.
Runs scored by the Angels, the most they have scored in a game this season. Their team batting average of .278 leads the American League. They're tied with Toronto. The 1-2. That's low. 2-2 the count. See the infield and the outfield as Ibar, the switch hitter, continues to work. 3-2 the count. Jeff Mathis waits on deck. Runs, 11 hits, no errors for the Angels. 3 runs, 5 hits, and an error for the Diamondbacks. That one, did he hold on to it? Yes, he did. That is a strikeout. We were talking earlier about that fateful night of April the 9th when the Angels lost one of their teammates, Nick Adenhart. Mike Scioscia spoke about it before the game.
No, it's it really isn't, but it's not about us, and I think that's the feeling everyone had as we were as we've been working through this. It's about a family, mom and dad, Jim and Janet, their extended family losing a son, and that's the perspective we've had, and it's helped us because I think we get to play baseball. These guys go between the white lines here and do something they love to do. I think they all feel very fortunate they can do that. It's about a family losing a son, and we're here to support their family.
Nothing more, nothing less, as we were saying earlier. Over the top of that one, 0-2 the count, Jeff Mathis. Don't you have Chris Rose with you as well tomorrow?
Yes, absolutely. Chris will be there along with Kenny Albert.
0-2 the count.
Oh, baby.
That breaking ball gets him. Maybe the D-backs can borrow the rally monkey.
Oh, no.
Arnova Home Loans in-game box score for the Arizona Diamondbacks. Tough nights for Upton and Reynolds. Parra right there in the heart, as you can see. Tony Clark with a memorable night. As we rolled on, and we do so, the Angels. Mark Reynolds to lead it off. And the first pitch is high. Call to the bullpen is made by Verizon Wireless. Jason Bolger answers that call. 5.10 ERA. That one is popped foul up and over the heads of the press box, fortunately for the members of the media who do a nice job over there.
No scrambling on that one.
The 1-1. Hot shot right to short, a knuckleball, if you will. And Ibar is there right in front of it. Todd Walsh, we find him. Todd, what do you have?
I was wondering if I could table a discussion with you guys for our post-game show.
Sure.
You know, there's about 100 guys I could talk to on the Angels. Unfortunately, the guy that I think we were targeting, Torrey Hunter, will be on the Angels television network back to the West Coast.
Sure.
So I was hoping you don't mind if I throw a curveball at you here. We've been talking to Mike Scioscia throughout the night. I wanted to go to a guy that's been alongside him for a long, long time. Great ties to the Valley. What do you think if I go off the board and talk to Mickey Hatcher?
Oh, I'd love it.
Would you like that?
One of the really, really good guys in the game. I would love that.
Hitting coaches
about Mike Scioscia.
Yeah.
You know,
hitting coaches, I think, love being interviewed after they win 12-3.
I was thinking, yeah, season 9 runs.
Are we allowed to be involved, or is this just you?
I don't know if I have that headset, but if you'd like to, you're more than welcome.
That ball drops in. Oh, no, I certainly wasn't inviting myself.
Base hit.
I hear that's a base hit, by the way, over there. I heard the announcement. Gracie, do you think Mickey's a good choice for Todd?
I think he's a great choice.
I mean, there's so many stars on this team, and I get that, but I wanted to dig a little deeper. And I think Mickey's the guy to go to. Have some fun, too, maybe. You never know.
Oh, he'll have fun.
Yeah. So that's 2 yeses, 2 thumbs up.
That is, yes, absolutely. I just received word, by the way, Todd.
Yes.
From the Angels broadcast team.
Mm-hmm.
They are giving us Torrey Hunter.
Come on.
Yep.
It was a nice try, though, Mickey Hatcher.
That's not true.
That is actually true.
Yep.
After 4 innings of letting us know and making us feel really bad about things.
Well, let's get Mickey anyway. We've had a lot of Torrey. You want to go Mickey? Or do we want to go Torrey?
We want Torrey Hunter.
Okay.
Okay.
In any event, I really like Mickey. He's always been fun to talk to over the years. He used to have a great golf tournament in the off season.
I've played in that thing. It's a great tournament. He's a great guy.
Well, we can do whatever really you want, Todd, because you've had to swing the emotional pendulum behind the scenes. But the Angels have come over, not on telephone like we just saw on our screen, and Jose Mota, who is part of the broadcast team, member of the Fox family as well, has come over and said, we'd like to give you Torrey Hunter for your show tonight.
And when did this happen?
Literally as you were speaking to us like 5 seconds ago.
I feel like I'm walking a plank here with you two. But
no, you're not. No, we're right over here. We're looking right at you. That's the honest to goodness truth. And I don't blame you for feeling that way. Rob Quimlin and Gary Matthews, they come in to play some defense. Sean Rodriguez as well is out there. But no, they have. These are the Angels, my friend. They don't mess around. What do you think, Torrey Hunter?
Torrey Hunter. Sorry, Mick.
I like Mickey. Played with Gibby, Mike Scioscia.
Mickey.
Gibby. no doubt about it. The Home Depot, more savings, more doing presents doing more on defense. Mr. Carlin behind home plate, fabulous job. Luke Carlin getting the opportunity to start tonight. And the one thing we know about Luke is that he is a great catch and throw guy, and he has had a chance to prove it tonight. Unfortunately, he's had a chance to squat about 600 times this evening.
He's watched 12 Rascals touch the plate right where he applies his trade.
Want to know the count to Gary Matthews Jr. That one grabs the outside corner. .997 career hits for Matthews. Over the top of that one. Hey, by the way, our Quest high-speed internet, high-speed pitch tonight. One certainly will maybe sleep a lot better than another. Billy Buckner wasn't around very long to extend that velocity. He had a tough night.
He had a very tough night. Nothing tough about that night for Gutierrez. That's a beautiful changeup. Right over the top of it goes Gary Matthews Jr.
There's Mickey Hatcher.
Sorry, Mick.
Well, just need to maybe throw out there as a quick disclaimer for all of our viewers that there has been a change, and as we talked about the defense, Gary Matthews is in center field, so Torrey Hunter has the right to relax at this point. If he doesn't shake hands out there,
he might be back in the.
He might wait to shake the guys' hands when they get in the locker room. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Give us your perspective, Mark Grace. You've been there where, you know.
It depends on if he has a nagging injury. He might be in the clubhouse right now getting some treatment, getting some ice, something to that effect. So he may just wait for the boys to come in the locker room and then do all the handshakes.
I know he has one nagging injury.
What's that?
Shoulder hurts from me tapping it 900 times before the game.
Well, you know, at dinner tomorrow night when I take him to dinner, we'll talk about that, and he'll be just fine.
I'm invited.
No, you're not.
Lifted in the left field. Romero with the dive and a play. Alex Romero, a fine play, taking away extra bases. And that gets by him from Figgins. Welcome back to the big leagues, young man.
Yeah, one thing we know about Alex Romero, he has a very good glove wherever he plays, and that's a nice play. You love to see the effort there in a 12-3 ball game. Fans appreciate that, and more importantly, managers appreciate that.
So, I mean, where are you guys going? Is that kind of a secret? You don't want the paparazzi?
Well, Torrey and I, I'm going to take him to a couple of my little holes in the wall. I'm a hole in the wall guy. Mm-hmm. You and Vin Scully are like the 5-star restaurant guys. Well, you're not Vin.
Right. I was going to say, both wear ties to work.
That's true. We do.
The 1-1. High fly ball into right center field. Long run out there for Carl. He hauls it in.
Torrey and I are going to dinner.
What time should I be there?
I'm sorry, you're not invited.
Oh. forget, every Sunday is a kids' Sunday at Chase Field, and we will tell you about in a moment. But first, our Chaz Roberts cool play of the game. I love this, Mark Grace. Figgins, challenge up. No, you know what? I don't need to do that. And he went and grabbed his bat.
That's a pro's pro right there. A lot of professionals in that visiting dugout.
Fireworks after the game.
When's that?
Immediately when the game ends.
Tonight?
Tonight.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. McQuinlan out there. But you have Figgins and Ibar, two guys that have been playing there the whole night.
You haven't seen many mistakes out of these Angels. You can see Figgins calling for it, and he just whiffed it.
Send a shout out to our good friend who's looking in, Lou Piniella, manager of the Chicago Cubs. Had a tough day. He's taking in a ball game tonight as he unwinds.
Now he won a ball game. He lost a player for a game.
That was the tough part of it. It's always a tough day when you win and you have to scowl at the post-game press conference.
Got to talk about something besides the win.
It's never any good.
No.
Tony.
Right there.
Foul. By the way, every Sunday is a Kids Sunday at Chase Field. The kids only promotions and giveaways. This Sunday, the first 5,000 kids to the game at Chase receive a D-backs nightlight, courtesy of Cox. Run the bases after the game as well. Call 602-514-8400 or visit dbacks.com/Sunday. TC over the top of that one. Nice job by Mathis. And that is a strikeout. One away. Here's Luke Harlan. Mark Grace.
Yes.
Tell me more about that dinner. Do I need to take some money out of the ATM? Or?
Well, because Tori and I are Arkansas natives.
Right.
I'm thinking we're going to probably go meat and potatoes. We're going to go meat and potatoes. Well, you know, everybody loves a good fat burger.
One 1-0 the count. That one misses. Bianco?
Pizzeria Bianco is a great place. It's a great place. I could take him there, certainly. He likes pizza. Some of the best pizza you'll ever have.
Oh. 4 to go in there. Bouncing ball. Carlin on the ground. He is erased.
My friend Chris Bianco does a great job over there. Always takes good care of us.
Never get invited over there.
Well, and you still won't be tomorrow. But Tori, I'm thinking of taking Tori meat and potatoes.
Oh, meat and potato. About Donovans.
That's a big league joint. Oh, wow.
You know, the fun
Donovan's a good spot.
Every time we
I
go
might
there,
take him there. And
that's a great spot.
That's where we're going.
Are you?
That's where we're going.
Over there, about 32nd and Camelback.
That's right. Exactly where it is there.
I know.
Good
I'll
spot.
be there. What time should I be there?
Well, Darren, all due respect, you can't come. Sorry. That's just Tori and I. We're going to catch up. Talk about a few things. Be good to have Todd Walsh joining us as well. Todd Walsh is
Todd's invited.
Todd's, of course. Yeah, Todd's gonna hopefully get him for the post-game show, and then invite him to dinner.
That one is high. That's ball 4. Well, just to bring it back full circle, and I mean way back full circle. I mean way back full circle to early in the telecast. We lost a legend yesterday, and it's interesting to see how people voted. And they love Thriller.
Tough not to like that one. What about bad?
What about We Are the World?
That was a lot more than Michael Jackson. Who, besides Michael Jackson, who is your favorite in that one?
Huey Lewis. Stevie Wonder as well.
Stevie Wonder did a good. Cyndi Lauper. But boy, George, tough to beat.
Was he in there?
Yeah, of course. Tough to beat.
Well, I've made my decision. I'm going to dinner with Mickey Hatcher then. If I'm not invited, I'm going with Mick.
Well,
or is he going with your dinner?
I'm sorry, he's coming with Tor and Todd. Nah, it's going to be good, the 4 of us. Talk about some old times when I played against Mickey Hatcher.
Kind of being an opposing player hog. The 2-2. High pop up. This will do it. We'll see if Torrey will come out and shake hands. If not, we may hear from Mickey Hatcher. What a ball game for the Angels. The Diamondbacks live to fight again tomorrow. Anaheim brought their sticks to town. 12-3 the final score. We'll talk more about it in our post-game show. Andy Bach, Marty Tarr, our production